All right, well, hello everyone. It's digital host AJ Wuest here, wishing you a happy Friday. Welcome back to Before the Four. Of course, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories, and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. Wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your Friday here. Now we have Jayda Russell in the studio again today. Jayda, I'm going to toss it to you. How are things looking weather-wise?
Right now, things are nice and sunny, but as we go into the rest of tonight, we're going to see those rain chances increasing just around 7, maybe 8 o'clock for some areas. And the biggest deal with that is the fact that we're going to see a heavy chance of rain throughout the night. Thankfully, not expecting to see anything severe out of this and not a lot of winter precipitation. Some areas may see some possible sleet, but that's well north, and that's for areas near Winchester in Tennessee. So not too many of us will see that. We do have a first alert weather day for you to note. What we're looking at right now is that with this rain chance tonight, that's going to send some cool air our way, and it's going to plummet on Saturday night into Sunday morning. You'll see our lows are about 21 degrees going out the door for Sunday. Wind chill values could feel like the teens. We've had breezy days here lately, and we're going to continue to see that into the weekend. As we look towards Monday, I know a lot of folks may be off for Martin Luther King Day. You may be out volunteering. Anything you have planned for that morning, it's going to be just as chilly Monday morning. We just want you to be aware of the changes to the forecast as far as our lows go. We have some 20s and a couple of teens for our lows in the forecast for the next week. So make sure you are walking out the house layered up, bundled up, everything in between. And make sure you tune in tonight, 4, 5, 6, and 10. Brad, our chief meteorologist, will give you a full look at the forecast. Back to you, AJ.
Ooh. I am definitely not looking forward to that. That is definitely not my kind of weather. Gonna have to bust out a couple of extra winter jackets for sure. But Jayda, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And also, you guys already know the drill. 48 First Alert Weather Extra. That is streamed every night at 9:30. Of course, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis. He'll be back here in the streaming center, and he'll have all the latest that he's seeing on the radar. So you're just not going to want to miss it. First Alert Weather Extra. And again, you can watch that wherever you're watching Before the Four right now. But now we're going to jump into some of the day's top stories, and starting it off here. Earlier today, city leaders held a press conference in Madison to address the situation at Sutton Apartments after its residents have gone 9 days without water. Now, Mayor Bartlett, along with Dr. Ed Nichols with Madison City Schools and Pastor Spencer Beach, spoke to the press about how the community can help out during this troubling time. Officials say there are current students who are impacted by this. Now, we live streamed that press conference earlier today at 11. You can watch right now wherever you're watching Before the Four right now. And of course, Noah Cowell is following up on this situation tonight. He'll have the latest coming up in our evening newscast. But now turning over to a story in case you missed it. Yesterday, officials with Decatur Police provided more information on an officer-involved shooting back in November. Callie Neese has the details.
Chief Tory Mack says the officer-involved shooting from back in November has been ruled completely justified, and he showed us the video to back it up. Take a look at this dash camera footage from back in November. You can see the officer attempted to conduct a traffic stop, but the suspect did not stop. In fact, they continued to run stop signs in the process, but eventually they stopped at 11th and 1st Street.
Pay close attention to when he exited the vehicle. You would see him have a weapon in his left hand. He's going to transition the weapon from his left hand into his right hand and take a combative stance towards the officer.
That gun the suspect is holding is a BB gun replica of a Glock. Chief Mack said that is when the officer took out his gun and shot the suspect.
But you put yourself in an officer position at 8:30 at night in the dark, and you have this coming at you. I commend the officer for reverting to his training.
District Attorney Scott Anderson said this officer had a legal right to be where he was and was acting within the line and scope of his duties, adding that he responded reasonably to a threat that was made to him.
This case will not be presented to a grand jury because there's nothing to present. It's 100% absolutely clear that this officer did not commit a crime.
At this time, there are no charges for the man who was shot in this incident related to this incident. However, Chief Mack says he is locked up in the Morgan County Jail on unrelated warrants, adding that he is in good health. Mack says that he will not be releasing the name of the officer or the suspect in connection to this event. Reporting in Decatur, Callie Neese, 48 News, on your side.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break, but coming up, a major bridge repair in Florence and a water skiing squirrel in Huntsville right now. It's all ahead. We'll go through it all in 1 minute. All right, break time over. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Before the Four. And now in Florence, a bridge in which 10,000 people travel on daily near the campus of UNA will be getting repaired. Aria Pons tells us all about the process.
10,000 vehicles a day travel over this bridge on Pine Street, which you can tell. That's why city engineers say they want to get it done sooner rather than later.
So as you can kind of tell, the concrete is starting to, you can see the rebar in that area. And so just from, we really don't know the true cost, but looking at it, what the engineer, what the state is just water over time running down off the bridge.
Assistant City Engineer Todd Sullivan says they did have a plan to fix it that was approved by the City Council and put out to bid for around $450,000.
That repair includes raising the bridge and replacing the damaged cap and setting the bridge and reforming those, pouring those, setting the bridge back down to make that safe.
They sent the original plan out for bid, however, no contractors wanted to help. So now they have to keep moving forward with a different plan.
As we take a proposal, if they have a different idea or some way that could be improved for a cost savings or just a better way, then that is something we take under proposal.
From there, those proposals will be gathered and handed back over to the City Council to vote on whether or not they'll want to proceed with that. But it will take some time. Because of that, there is one thing that Sullivan especially wants the public to know.
It is safe for the traveling public, but it is a repair that we just need to do.
Sullivan says they'll continue to keep pushing these plans forward so they're able to fix this cap here behind me as soon as possible. Reporting in Florence, Aria Pons, 48 on your side.
All right, well, good deal. Now check this out. A very talented rodent is entertaining guests at the Huntsville Boat Show this weekend. Now, Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel, will be showing off all weekend long at the VBC. Now, Twiggy made an appearance on Tennessee Valley Living yesterday. This is actually Twiggy number 11. She's the latest in a long line of skiing squirrels. Twiggy's handler, Chuck Best, has been training squirrels his entire life. His parents started the water skiing squirrel show back in 1979, and you might be surprised how quickly he says Twiggy got the hang of it. Let's take a listen.
So I grew up with squirrels. My life has been nuts. It was in my family tree.
This one.
So this one, she learned in a month. So it's usually just training for a few minutes a day, every few days. But once they have it, once they learn it, they know it.
That's some awesome stuff right there. A water skiing squirrel. And of course, you can go to the Huntsville Boat Show this weekend and see Twiggy for yourself. But awesome stuff there. I love to see it. Yeah, it cracked me up, no doubt about it. And now let's go into the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscast. Now, following up on a fatal fire last night in Madison, Faith Delp will have the latest on that coming up. UNA students staging a walkout today to send a message to the university regarding their band director being placed on leave. Aria Pons will have that story. And finally, new details regarding the shooting of Renee Good in Minneapolis. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscast. And now it is that time, y'all. It is time for Facebook fun. Our 48 Facebook question today. We asked it about an hour ago. What is the perfect setting for the thermostat during the winter? And let's see what you all have to say. This is the first time I'm looking at y'all's comments. I see Bobby Stockton commented. I'm going to fly it in there. Not the Matrix. I'm not sure why the Matrix popped up, but Bobby Stockton said 70. That is a good temperature to keep it on year round for sure. Diane Harbin, she said 68 to 72 year round. Tanya Knight, 68 to 72 as well. We have a 62 in the comments here. That is from Laura. Laura, that's a bit too chilly for me, I would say, certainly during this time of the year. But I do it the opposite of what you're supposed to. I know in the summer, I put it down to like 62. And then in the winter, I'm cranking it up to like 75. I know you're not supposed to do that. It's not very cost efficient to do that. But I got to do it because I don't like burning up in the summer and I do not like freezing in the winter time. Look at this. Mama Furry King said 78 degrees and it's about to pop up in 3. There we go, right there. 78 degrees. That is toasty for sure. That is my kind of thermostat temperature right there. But you guys always have awesome comments to our Facebook question of the day. Y'all, that is just about it for today's Before the Four. But thank you so much for spending a bit of your Friday here. I hope you all have a great night tonight. Have a great weekend. Enjoy our evening newscast. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.